Amanda. Thanks for deciding to check out this video. Sorry if I sound a little nasal, my sinuses are acting up. But I'm going to take the opportunity to talk a little bit about motivation. So I'm not trying to beat a dead horse here because I know a couple of things that I will mention or that will come up have been discussed in previous videos. But just kind of piggybacking and kind of building up on all the other things that have been discussed. Recently, I have been thinking about myself and motivation and what's motivating me, and I figured, hey, why not do a video? Because we all do need a little bit of push or encouragement or stuff like that from time to time. So anyway, motivation. So this is a push or a drive, something that is in us that kind of make us want to go for something, work towards something, achieve something. Usually it's like a goal or something like that. Because there's always like a satisfaction or some kind of reward at the end. Most times it doesn't happen until we know or have an idea of the gain or the outcome. But we typically just do it. Sometimes it's conscious. Sometimes we consciously do it, like we put deep thought into it, and sometimes it just happens unconsciously. It can be either internal or external. So, when it's internal, it's more personal. An example of that is, um, let's say you're in high school and you're thinking like, I want to go to the best college. So I'm going to do very well in high school, whatever in your mind what the best college is. And you work really hard and you do your best and you do whatever it takes. You go to study groups, ask the teacher for help, all that thing, all the things that would involve that. An external, kind of using high school as an example, an external factor, I guess, would be um, you're doing very well because you just don't want your parents to be on your back saying like, hey, you need to work hard. So you're motivated by external factor, like I'm just gonna do my best. I'm motivated to get this thing done because I just want to remove being annoyed. An example of work, say for example someone's in the medical field and they're just very caring and loving and compassionate. They just want to help people. Like internally, they're motivated by all those things. But then on the other hand, an external factor would be like, I'm just here for the money. Like, I know I should care for people, they need my help and all that stuff, but I'm really just here to get paid so I can buy whatever I want and go wherever I want to go. So that's kind of an example there. Or a personal example regarding church. Like, you're like, I'm so motivated to go to church because I just want to worship the Lord and I just want to be there and just like enjoy His presence and fellowship with my brothers and sisters. Or on the other hand, an external factor would be, yeah, I'm not gonna miss this Sunday or this Bible study or whatever because I missed a couple and I don't want sister so and so or brother so and so to say like, hey, what's going on? I hadn't seen you in a while. So that might be an external factor or external motivation, to go to church. People are motivated for different reasons. Sometimes it's to break an old habit and to develop a new one. Sometimes it's because you want to achieve a goal, which was mentioned in a couple of videos previously, or to get off a situation. An example, I had a similar situation. It's like you're in a job where you feel overworked, you're not compensated well, you're not supported or anything like that, and you just want to get out of the situation. You'd be motivated to start job searching. Job searching is very tedious. It takes a lot of time. It's just stressful. But if you're in a situation you want to get out of it, you'll be motivated based on those factors to do what you need to do to get out of the situation. So yeah, those are just like a couple of reasons, examples regarding motivation. Sometimes it can be hard to stay motivated, especially for us who struggle with depression and anxiety. It can be a little bit harder than our fellow peers or fellow human beings. But some things that are helpful towards being motivated is showing self compassion. We have to take it easy on ourselves because we're human. You know, another thing is that positive self talk. No, I'm not saying we're crazy or we should talk to ourselves and be crazy. But, reminding ourselves, using the inner voice to remind ourselves about our strengths, identifying our strengths, remind ourselves about, why we're doing what we're doing. Having that half half full, what would you say, the glass half full mentality. Sorry, I kind of got a little twisted there, but yeah, it helps us to take control, and it helps to boost our self esteem. So sometimes you just gotta take it easy, control, talk to yourself, encourage yourself, because everybody needs encouragement sometimes, and sometimes we're not exactly around somebody else in the minute, so we gotta encourage ourselves. um, but yeah, and also mindfulness can be helpful. I struggled with this, especially when I was going through a series of frequent anxiety attacks where I couldn't find myself in the now. I was always thinking about, either what happened in the past or what, is going to happen. Like thinking about the past or the future, not the right now. Um, so being mindful is kind of taking the time to be present. Mindfulness doesn't necessarily change the situation or control it, but it helps you to be here right now and accept it, because we can't really address or I think it's hard to address an issue if you can't accept it. So mindfulness kind of, helps with that. It's also helpful to connect with others. It can be difficult for us introverts, but connecting with others kind of help to get inspired and stay motivated. I know the social media has its negative impacts and stuff like that, but it can be used to connect with other people with similar interests. Y'all can share things, and that we do something different that can inspire you in one way or another. And in a way, it helps to create like a support system. Where if you're more in like the in-person kind of, you don't want something like more local, you can find a mentor. Somebody that you trust. It could be an older person, it could be a peer, someone that you can rely in and trust, and will be honest with you about stuff like that. And sometimes when we lose motivation, we have to remind ourselves as to like why were we even motivated in the first place. What got us here. So when we kind of like take a step back, reevaluate the situation, we kind of like have the opportunity to figure out, why am I doing this? Is this for me? Is this for the wrong reason? Um, but yeah, so doing a reevaluation is something that we kind of discussed previously as well. Kind of checking out like why are we doing stuff in the first place, and then if we have a chance to kind of check it out and see why we're doing it, we can see what is going wrong or a little off, what we need to change, or maybe we can break the goals down into like smaller, more achievable goals, because maybe that would be a little easier to navigate in while you're doing that, kind of like giving yourself rewards. It doesn't have to be anything huge. It could be like an extra 5 minutes in bed or an extra 2 minutes of shower, whatever works for you. Or take a break. Sometimes you just gotta step back and take a break. Ain't no shame in the game. We might be able to shift when we take a break, because we're able to, step back and look at the big picture, or just not move forward with that particular goal. Maybe move on with something else, because now you've learned whatever you need to learn from trying to work towards that goal, that you can apply to something else. And taking a break gives you a chance to reset. And it's good to reset. You know what I mean? Almost everything. Like humans need to reset just like devices. Like we have some devices come with reset buttons, some things you have to restart. You gotta restart your phone to reboot, all that stuff. So sometimes we have to do that as well. Another thing that people typically do regarding staying motivated is that they listen to motivational speakers, they got life coaches, or they write motivational quotes. They have it posted either on the mirror in their bathroom. So, when they're going to brush their teeth, they're looking at it and trying to stay motivated and stuff like that. Or the refrigerator, or if they have office, they have an office, some use post-it notes in their cars and stuff like that. A good one is by Muhammad Ali. It says, if my mind can conceive it, if my heart can believe it, then I can achieve it. How about that? That's pretty cool. Another one is from Martin Luther King Jr. It says, if I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way. Keep that in mind, people. But, as I said, people do different things to stay motivated. We do lose motivation along the way sometimes because of either stress or life changes. It happens. So if we're struggling really hard with staying motivated, like if we tried a couple of things and it's just not working or not working as well as we thought it would, it's fine to seek professional help, people. I have been an advocate for this. Well, I've said or, mentioned the importance of it, but it took me a long while to actually participate, to actually see someone. A lot of people have discouraged it because they're like, it doesn't help, or they tried it and it didn't work, and that's fine to think that, but that's not it. Sometimes you try talk therapy and the person that you're seeing probably wasn't the best fit. And I have another example. It's not necessarily a talk therapy situation. Well, actually I do. I didn't believe my first talk therapist was the best fit for various reasons. So I stopped seeing that person. But it's also with medication. When I was going through when I first had my panic attacks and anxiety attacks to the point where I couldn't really function well, I went through a number of medications that just wasn't the right fit for me. One gave me suicidal ideation. One gave me rash. It just wasn't the right fit so I had to, I guess in a sense, kiss a couple of frogs before I could find the prince, right? So I had to go through a couple of medications before I found the one that worked well for me. So it's the same thing with talk therapy. It's if you see one that and it's not working out, you could try someone else. Don't just get discouraged and be like, oh, they're all the same, they're no good, stuff like that. But yeah, and I have a Bible verse for you. I couldn't leave you out without leaving you the Bible verse. So I got here Isaiah 41 verse 10. It says, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. How great is that? How beautiful is that? Right? So, yes, we get discouraged and stuff like that, but reading a verse like this will just keep you motivated. It's hey, you are not in this by yourself. Even if you don't have somebody else, a mama, daddy, or cousin, friend, or whatever that's there, God is there with you. God's got your back. All right? So, I'll leave you with that. Thanks for hanging out to the end of this video. Now it's your turn to do the work. I'll ask you to like, share, subscribe, and please comment. I want to hear about your motivational journey, what worked for you, what didn't work, stuff like that. And be blessed until next time. Bye.